guys, Dax09 here. This is a sequel slash follow-up slash, a spin-off to the Splatoon 3 predictions slash wants video. I'm still pretty hyped about this game, even though there's not much talk about it anymore. It's been a month since the first video. How is it already April? So, while we wait for 2022 to happen, I'll talk about what I want to improve in Splatoon 3 that wasn't improved in the second game, that was a problem in the first game. Let's get the slightly obvious elephant in the room out of the way. The first thing you see when you boot up the game, the title screen. Press ZL and ZR. The whole intro segment is something that a lot of people really don't like. It's too long, and it's too long. It was okay in Splatoon 1. You could button mash for a couple seconds and then it would all be over. But in Splatoon 2, there's this little record animation that Marina does, and you can't even press A on it. A lot of people just want Nintendo to add like a fast forward or a skip button. But I have an idea. I'm pretty sure I heard this from someone else before, but I'll give my pitch on it. When you boot up the game and press ZL and ZR, as a tradition, you just kind of go to the square or the plaza, whatever they'll call it in Splatoon 3. Basically, in the corner, when you press like, let's say, X maybe, which is the key thing for the menu in Splatoon 2, it pulls up a little phone, kinda like what they do in GTA or Animal Crossing or whatever. Maybe with those new stages, there can be like a little notification icon, and maybe Salmon Run. If Salmon Run still exists, it could have like an extra notification icon. Like if there's new news, it will have like one notification icon. If there's a new Salmon Run schedule and news, it will be like a 2. It could like pulse in the corner of your screen. You kind of get what I mean. And it could have like little apps, kind of like what Animal Crossing does. It could have like news, Salmon Run, equip, you know, all your usual stuff. Of course, these are all just my ideas, and I doubt Nintendo would just listen to some random kid on the internet talk about Splatoon 3. They probably have more important things to do, like sending cease and desist letters to a kid named Luigi. I want Splatoon 3 to have some more open world stuff. In the first game, you could only really explore the plaza and some of the Octo Valley, but most of the Octo Valley was just, you know, land and stuff to get to the missions and stuff. So Splatoon 2 is pretty much the same. The only thing you can explore is a bit of the square, you know, and the Octo Valley, and that's really about it. Of course, they did throw on some more Easter eggs, like those balloons in the Octo Valley, but that's just kind of Easter eggs, not whole, like, you know, exploring and stuff. It is still pretty explorable, but I'd like Splatoon 3 to have some more stuff to do, I guess. Besides, like, you know, just walking around the square, doing laps around it or something, I don't know. Of course, in the Octo expansion, it's a bit more limited. All the levels have some cool Easter eggs, but besides that, you only have a bit of the train and, you know, the little station. I hate how in the central station, in Octo expansion, there's this little place where it looks like it has food or stuff, but then you have to cross the tracks, and you can't cross the tracks, you just die. Basically what I'm saying, more open world. Yeah, that's about it. One word, matchmaking. The first thing I hear when I search up Splatoon matchmaking on Google is Splatoon matchmaking broken, unfair, Reddit. Currently in Splatoon 2, I'm level 31, pretty unimpressive since I've played like 300 hours of the game. But I get paired up with like people with stars. Like, I saw someone with a level 50 star, and then some kid with a level 5. Doing that basically makes it impossible for you to really win or lose in a match. Sometimes I did actually win, though, against, like, some level 99 or something. In Splatoon 3, I feel like matchmaking should be dependent on a couple of things. Number 1, latency. Is that even a word? Anyway, I feel like you should be matched with the closest person to your region. Okay, if you live in the US, you should be matched with people who live in the US. If you live in Japan, you should be matched with people who live in Japan. It should also depend on some other stuff that I'll talk about in a sec. This whole thing makes it seem like you're either lagging really hard or like hacking. Sometimes I get killed in midair while I'm like doing a splashdown or something, and they just stop moving and then just teleport to some other place. It's super weird. Number 2, levels. Matchmaking should be based on, of course, region. I talked about that earlier. And what level you are. Lower levels should be paired up with lower levels, and if there's not many other lower levels around you, you should go for a bit higher, but not too high. I feel like this would balance out your wins and losses, because sometimes you get paired up with some level like 70,000 Japanese players, and then sometimes you get paired up with like level 2s. You only really have a couple modes in Splatoon 2 right now. First up, single player. That's really not the main focus of the game, but it is an integral part of it. You got Octo Valley. It's pretty fun, but it's a bit short, but I can't imagine Splatoon without it. And of course, the newly, almost 3 years old DLC. It's a really good DLC. I recommend you buy it, and it's a fun time. It takes a pretty long time, and the story, oh my god, the story. I'm not gonna waste like half of the video time talking about all the stuff I love about Octo Expansion, but fun. That's all I have to say about it for now. And the main part of the game, the multiplayer. Oh, the multiplayer. Regular battles, ranked, private, and salmon run. Regular battles, they're the usual. Turf War. Can't really have Splatoon without it, because that was literally the first thing in the game. Ranked, it's multiple modes, I guess? I don't know really how to explain it. And newly added in Splatoon 2, Salmon Run. Very confusing schedule. That's all that you really have to do, besides, you know, just flopping around in the plaza. I feel like there should be some more customization options and some more modes to twist it up. For one, regular battle is kinda misleading. I think this is just me though. It's only one mode, but the maps change every couple of hours. I mean, it makes sense, but maybe don't call it like regular battle if it's the same thing over and over again. I feel like there should be something in the middle of regular and ranked that you don't necessarily have to unlock like ranked, but it's different from regular battle. I don't really know what it could be, but maybe like some more modes, but without the rank, and you know, it's just different from Turf War. Leave your suggestions down in the comments and I might read them. Maybe, I don't know. I swear to God, no more Salmon Run schedule, please. Just have it open 24/7. I get that they're trying to make Splatoon like kind of like the real world in terms of jobs, but some places are open 24/7. Go to your local Walmart or McDonald's. Wait, my local McDonald's isn't 24/7, but some are, alright? I also forgot to mention the little mini games. Like in Splatoon 1, there was a little arcade machine where you could play the mini games that you play when you're waiting for a match on the gamepad. And in Splatoon 2, they have Squid Beats, aka Friday Night Funkin' ripoff. I'm kidding. They are a little fun distractions, but I kind of get bored of them after a couple minutes. That's what they really are. Fun little distractions. Or, as I like to call them, you took out the game card and now it's banning you from going online for 5 minutes, so you just play Squid Beats for the entire time. Or maybe you have bad internet. I'm sorry to those people who have bad internet or have content filtering firewalls. Like, securely, I hate it so much. Not about to get into school rants here, people. That's reserved for the filler episodes. Hey look, it's the national PNG file of the Splatoon 2 online experience. Splatoon's online, it's bad. This is mostly due to Nintendo's online offerings being really bad ever since they even started doing online offerings. Quick history for you. Nintendo's multiplayer online system is called NEX, or at least right now it is. It's actually been used for over 20 years. I'm pretty sure Nintendo bought it out or something, I don't know. According to Oatmeal Dome on Twitter, apparently Splatoon 2's version of NEX has an unused function to check if it's running on Windows 98. That's like insane. Are they just not updating the game's netcode? If you're also a nerd like me and want to read more about this, link will be in the description, if I don't forget. They're actually changing to a new system called NPLN. I don't even know what that stands for. But they're not actually using it in newer games or older games at the moment. They've only really used it in a Monster Hunter demo. Nintendo's online offerings have always been pretty bad. Here's a quote from my favorite YouTuber right now, Scott the Woz.
Speaking of the Wii's Online, obviously one of the console's biggest turnoffs. It just seemed like for everything the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 did right with online multiplayer and gaming, the Wii was just vomiting profusely at the thought of the internet.
In that clip, Scott was talking about the Wii. But it's basically the same for Nintendo's Online right now. Most games that use Nintendo's Online functionality are pretty okay with it, because they're usually not multiplayer focused. But for multiplayer online focused games, like Splatoon 2, It's terrible. They improved with it a bit in Splatoon 2, because in Splatoon 1, I always get disconnections, but that's probably because I play Splatoon 1 in 2021. My relevancy meter is off the charts today. Anyway, I'm just gonna sum it up because I really don't know any other way to explain this. Fix your servers, Nintendo. That last thing I said, though, was a lie. Nintendo's Online is actually peer-to-peer. The first person that joins the match is the host. I'll explain to you how this works. When you're in a match, everyone actually connects to your Switch if you are the host. Every other packet that all 7 players send gets sent to you, your Switch processes it, and then sends it back to everyone else. The problem is, if the host has bad internet or is like living in Antarctica, the connection will be bad for everyone. It's not just you sometimes. Keyword sometimes. A lot of you that I know just have terrible internet. It was okay in the Wii U and early Switch era because it was free. But the thing is, now you have to pay $20 a year for Nintendo's online support. That's actually not bad compared to their competitors. PlayStation Plus, which is PlayStation's online offerings, is $60 a year. Xbox Live Gold, every 3 months, is about $25. Which in a year, it's around $100. But still, if you're paying for Nintendo Online, which I'm not, thanks Uncle for having a family plan, you should be having good online play. I would pay more for Nintendo to have dedicated servers for their Switch games. Plus, with peer-to-peer connections, if the host uses something like, I don't know, some special software, they can literally grab your IP address. And if someone has their IP address, they can, number 1, take down your internet. Number 2, literally find your address. Or actually, some approximate location, I don't know. Not gonna go into how that even works, but yeah, Nintendo, please have dedicated servers. And those are the couple things I think Splatoon 3 should improve on that the last games just did terrible at. Sorry for not uploading for the past couple days. I've been busy doing stuff. Plus, I have state testing this week, so pray for me if you're into religion and stuff. Or just hope that I don't fail. Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.